Your local guide, Justin Auburn here. I am at Peak Performance with the owner, Tim. First off, we're in Bellevue, but you actually have 3 locations, correct?
We do. We've got this one here, which has been about 22 years, 23 years maybe at this location. And then we've got the main store that's been around since 94 at 78th and Cass Street. And then another one out on 156 in Maple.
Okay. And so in total, Peak Performance around for about 30 years.
It'll be 32 in March, yeah.
Okay. So how did it get started? How did you get in the shoe business?
Peak was started by brothers, actually from Iowa in 94, that saw an opportunity where running was kind of becoming a thing in this community, or the running community was underserved or didn't have someone to serve it yet. And so they took advantage of that opportunity and created Peak Performance, and in conjunction with the Omaha Run Club really helped to grow the running community in Omaha and provide an outlet where people can come and get expert advice. So that's kind of how it started. And then I got into it because I had been a runner when I was younger and ran in high school and college, and had an experience where I saw this type of experience is what I wanted in my life. And I actually worked for Peak for about 6 years, and the opportunity came up when the previous owners were ready to retire, that I was able to walk into this opportunity.
Yeah, so it worked out. Now, I don't look like it now, but I used to run too. So when you ran, what was your favorite event?
I liked cross country.
Yeah?
I never ran track, but so 8K is what we ran in college. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I never ran in college, I only did the 5Ks in high school.
5K is probably prime, because unless you're like super fast, 5K is really good.
One thing you specialize in here is the doctor-approved standing gait analysis. So that sounds super fancy. I have no idea what it means. What exactly is that process?
Essentially, we're just checking biomechanics. So we do get it reviewed by physical therapists and chiropractors around town to make sure that we're looking at people's mechanics, I suppose, the right way when we try and fit shoes. We really want to find a shoe that mirrors the person's foot shape and biomechanics. So essentially, we're just checking alignment from your heel forward through your foot and from your ankle up through your hips.
Okay.
So if we can find a shoe that matches kind of how your alignment works, then you're going to be better off as a walker or runner, enjoying that experience, worrying less about your footwear and enjoying the activity more.
Okay.
So we look at arch height, ankle bone alignment. We want to see how the knees track through the foot. We'll watch you walk, see what things look like in motion. And based on that, we suggest shoe categories. So green, yellow, and red labels. We don't necessarily care about brand as much as we do about the shoe type fitting your foot type.
Gotcha.
So starting at your arches, I'm going to have you line your feet up with mine. We're going to look at arch height first. A tall arch is about a full inch of clearance up to my first knuckle there. So you have very tall arches. The next thing we look at is how your 2 lower leg bones, the tibia and fibula, stack into the foot. Easiest way to tell is if you have shelving or exposed heel bone on the lateral side of the foot. There's none there, so that tells us we're lining up really well. We're going to check alignment. Your kneecap too, or natural path of movement. So keeping your feet flat, let one knee fall or bend in towards me. We're going to take the center of your kneecap, and if we look straight down on it, ideally you want to see that move through the middle of your foot off your second toe, which is right where you're at. Go and straighten that one, bend this one forward. And then we'll do the same thing. That looks good there too. Same thing on one leg. So if you stand up on one leg, bend slightly and stand right back up. Perfect. Go and do your right one. Perfect. And all we're looking for there is the core cooperating with our natural path of movement. Is it keeping things in line? So all in all, looks really good there. Then the last thing we would do is have you walk. I'll have you take about 5 to 6 walking steps away from me and then right back. Perfect. And all we're looking for there is if you've got any extra planing or overpronation occurring during your gait cycle, which there isn't any. Super neutral.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So based on that stuff, what do you think would fit me well?
So as far as shoe type goes, we'd be in the neutral category. So anything that's green labeled.
Oh, okay. So that's what the different categories are showing?
Yep. So when you think about footwear, a neutral labeled shoe is going to be all cushion, or a green labeled shoe is going to be all cushion. So the density of the midsoles, generally speaking, is going to be the exact same heel to toe and outside to inside. And if you go into a yellow category, think of, these are building on the same cushion. These are going to have the same cushion, but think about, these are going to be support or stability, but think about your support or stability like a tent pole or bumper lanes at a bowling alley. So if your arches are pronating or over pronating, rolling to the inside, they're going to catch on those bumper lanes or that tent pole to help keep the weight of your foot in the middle of your foot versus the inside.
Okay.
And then red is considered motion control. This basically manipulates your foot to a neutral position and holds it in place. So preventing any excess movement from occurring.
Okay. These look more my speed.
Yeah. Ultras have exploded.
I've never worn Ultras before.
And so you said you lift. That's their cross training.
Oh, they got a cross
lifting
trainer?
shoe. Yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually. So obviously you're very plugged in to the Omaha community here. You even have your own Strava group. I guess how important has community here, Bellevue, Omaha, been to your business?
I mean, it is the most important thing. I feel super fortunate. Like, I've got a bad shoe habit. I know a lot of other people do. I enjoy running, but I don't really get to do those things if it's not for the community. And thankfully, there's a lot of other people who have like problems where they've got shoe problems or running problems. And so we get the opportunity to really serve the community, but without them, we don't exist. So having the community to rally around our stores makes a world of difference.
So you said running problems. How many miles would you say you do each week normally?
Not enough, but I mean, if you jump on our Strava group, you can see, I think it's 600 or 700 people strong. There are people who are putting in 100+ miles a week. So, and that's not just like one or two. There's a few of them that are putting in that many miles. So there's a lot of people who do a lot of running.
Yeah. How many miles typically should you put on a shoe before you swap it out and get a new shoe?
Give or take, I mean, generally speaking, it's going to be 300 to 500 miles.
That doesn't take very long to get to.
It varies by person. No, it doesn't. You think your shoes last longer, but for as expensive as shoes are getting, they're certainly not making them last longer than they do. But yeah, if you're running 20 miles a week, you're about 6 months, give or take. Time to cycle out shoes.
It's funny, back when I was in high school running cross country, I remember my mom and dad made a big deal about buying me like one pair of running shoes for the entire year.
Yeah.
I should have been having a new pair like every month. So.
Yeah, but we were like rubber when we were in high school. It's okay.
So what's more rewarding for you, helping a brand new walker find new shoes, or say somebody who's about to run their 5th marathon?
I think they're equally as rewarding, honestly. I mean, getting people into movement in general is super rewarding, especially when they find out that it can be more comfortable. Like, movement in general is not super comfortable. I think that's what makes it attractive, as odd as that sounds. But getting them up and moving is super rewarding, and them seeing like this is okay. But also that person who's found just the groove of movement and they're really enjoying it and chasing it and pursuing goals a little bit more, is what's fun is to hear their story at that point, rather than, we're helping, but hearing how far they've come is what's really rewarding at that point.
Yeah. So that's staying active, like here in the winter time, what are your recommendations for like getting out and walking or running at this time of year?
However you can do it. There are people who like the cold, and then there are people who don't. Like, I'll jump on the treadmill now more than I used to. I used to hate the treadmill, but it's become kind of a necessary evil. And then there's other people. There's another guy in the Omaha area who will run shirtless at 15 degrees. So there's, getting out and doing it regardless. I mean, you could go down to the Lead Center here in Bellevue, and they've got like a walking track on the 2nd floor there that you can use. If you have military access up at the base, they've got, I think it's 3 laps is a mile around the field house. So there's opportunities to get out and move.
Yeah. I go to the Offit gym daily almost.
Yeah.
So over the last 30 years, retail has obviously changed a ton. What do you think has allowed Peak Performance to stay relevant, even with like online shopping booming with Amazon and other things?
Our greatest asset really is our customer service. I mean, we take pride in knowing our customers and taking care of our customers, and you know, it's our secret isn't a secret. It's customer service and doing the things that other people won't, that have allowed us to be here for as long as we have. And so long as we take care of our customers continue to come back. But building relationships and providing service that nobody else will is what's allowed us to stay relevant.
Yeah, I like that. For somebody relocating to Omaha, if they're trying to get plugged into the community, is the running community a good place to start?
Super great place to start. Everybody is welcoming. I haven't met a lot of runners are like Labradors, right? Like they're just like super happy to meet you and they want to go do the same thing you do. So the running community is an awesome place to start if you want to get plugged in somewhere. And it's a great way to see parts of the community that you are getting involved in. Because at any given, on Saturday and Sunday, there's probably 4 or 5 different group runs all across Omaha.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the area and get to know people, it's a great way to get plugged in. You have the opportunity to see and meet new people more than 3 times a week. So
where's your favorite spot to go running?
I really like to get out of Omaha a little bit. Go the Hitchcock Nature Center, northeast here, and in Crescent, Iowa is actually awesome. It's got a fair amount of hills, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, hills aren't bad.
No.
Hey Tim, thanks a lot for meeting with me today, talking more about Peak Performance and everything you do here for the community.
Thanks for coming through. It was great to meet you.
You too. Thanks again.
If you need help buying, selling, or leasing a home, I hope you remember my name. I would love to get the opportunity to earn your trust and confidence. Call me on my cell at 402-600-3006 if you would like to be featured as one of my upcoming guests and share your story in a future video.